I'm at Disney's Pop Century Resort. Now, I've done a tour of this place, and I'm not going to do a traditional tour today. Instead, I'm going to take a look at this from the perspective of what's it like to stay here with a family. We're here with two daughters, both teenagers, so it's a little different than when we were at the resort 10 years ago when they were 5 and 7. So we're going to look and see what it's like fitting into the rooms, how quiet it is, how convenient it is. Take a look around. I am going to show you a few things, though, so let's go take a quick tour and talk about some things. When you come out of the main building, you'll be in the 60 section. Now, I'm not going to tour the main building, but I'll put a link to it. We did that in another video. This is the Hippy Dippy. It's the main pool here on property, and it's shaped like a paisley. Got some cool water features and stuff. Better view from up above. This pool can get really crowded, so just kind of keep that in mind. Again, we are close to the main lobby. Now, we did stay here once in a pool view room right near where I'm standing, and it did get kind of loud, so keep in mind that it can get noisy. One thing to note about this pool is that it is the only pool on property that has a kiddie pool, and it's kind of down towards the back towards Hourglass Lake. We're pan over here. That's it right down there between the trees. Not big, but they do have one. This is one of the little pathways by the 60 section. This side of the building overlooks a courtyard. This is looking out of the room we're staying in right now. This is looking out straight. You can see Art of Animation across the way. Now I'm over in the 50 section. Now the 50 section is really close to the main lobby as well, and it has a themed area. It's got Lady and the Tramp, and then it's got the bowling pin pool. So we'll go up top and take a look at that next. Here you can kind of see the pool. It is shaped like a bowling pin. See that building over there on the far side? That's actually the laundry facility. All of the pools here on property have a laundry facility, so there are 3 of them, one at each pool. Not too crowded right now. And this is on the back side of the 50 section, looking out towards Art of Animation. Over on the back side of the 50s building where I'm at right now, it's very, very quiet. You can kind of see behind me, back across the lagoon. It doesn't focus very well because it's trying to focus on my face, but that's where Art of Animation is. So we're on this back side near the water. It's very quiet, very peaceful. And the trees give it a nice bit of shade. It's a cool breeze blowing. It's a great little spot. So if you're looking for a place a little further away where it's a little more quiet, it's a great spot to go to. So the pool bar's there. Hippy Dippy pool's over there. This is building 6. It's one of the 60s building. And there's the courtyard. Right there by the 50 section. So all these rooms back in here are very close to everything. They're nice and quiet. Definitely a good choice. I moved over to the 70 section now. We'll check this one out. Got these really cool foosball guys down here. Those are fun. And of course the giant Mickey telephone. I remember this from my childhood. The buildings in this section, you have a couple of different views. Some are parking lot views, some overlook this courtyard. Some other views are going to be out towards Art of Animation and that shared courtyard with the 60 section we saw a while ago. This is from the 70 section looking at Art of Animation. Nice and quiet up here. Now we're heading towards the 80s section. Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head kind of stand guard in between 70s and 80s to welcome you over this way. And in the 80s section, it's actually the 80s and 90s section kind of put together. And here is their pool. It's the computer pool. So I'm kind of standing on the keyboard. And then above it is the CPU and the monitor. We'll take a look at that from up above here in a moment. But the icon over here is Roger Rabbit, which I love. You can see some of the building decor over here. This section is the furthest away from the lobby, so it's not quite as convenient. And I have stayed over here as well, and it was a little noisy, so if you're facing the pool, any of the pools, you're going to have more noise. You can kind of see the computer shape there. So down at this end of the pool is the laundry. You can see it's shaped to look like a CPU for the computer, which is kind of cool. See a little better over here. I'm actually standing up in the 90s section now, looking out towards the 80s. It's not a bad area of the resort. Some more detail on the CPU. So this is another one of the courtyards that I really love. This is building 9, which is one of the 80s buildings. You can see the little courtyard right in there. Right here's building 8. This is one of the, or sorry, building 10, one of the 70s buildings. Now what I like about this courtyard, you have everything popped kind of back over there. There's a playground there, but right there is the bus stop. So you can just take this sidewalk right around and then go straight to the buses. And that makes this a really great area. It's very, very quiet. There's a ton of shade, and you're right there by the buses every day. So right here in this little courtyard is one of the hidden gems of this property. I'm going to take a moment and talk about the rooms. Now, it was a little bit cramped with the 4 of us, so these are some of the pictures that I took from a trip actually before this one, and then a few pictures of what it was like with our stuff in there. With 2 teenage daughters, it was tight. We stayed at multiple resorts here in this trip, and this one was the most difficult to manage. We made it work, but I would say it probably would work better for smaller kids or for couples or adults traveling alone. But that's just my 2 cents worth. You can make it work with a family. It's just a little more challenging, so it's just how tight you are comfortable with things being. All in all, though, I love Pop Century. I love staying here. Stayed here many times. I will stay here again. So there you go. That's what it's like for staying at Pop Century with a family. Hope you enjoyed this video. You guys have a great day. Take care, y'all.